Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm very, very happy to welcome you again today to our show titled Speak of Africa. We have a whole lot of news for you. Today, we're going to speak about something that is a topical issue. The International Criminal Court, ICC, in the Netherlands. We're going to talk about it. There is a debate that is raging on among people in our community. Is this court the will of justice, or is it an institution of racism? That's the question we're going to address in the video of today. But before we get there, we want to thank all our viewers and subscribers, especially on Facebook. We are very, very happy with the number of friends we are getting from Facebook. Most of you have chosen to be tough guys, okay? You don't want to be cowards. So you've been following our messages and you've decided that you want to be our friends. So we're even surprised to see the big numbers we're getting every day. In fact, when we started, we didn't really have many people following us, but I've noticed that we have almost 5,000 friends now. So soon, once we get to the number 5,000, it will be difficult to befriend us again. What will happen is you just have to be following us. You just say follow. So as a result, we're telling you, keep following us. Tell your friends who are not our friends. Probably we just need 20 more people to make 5,000 on Facebook. Once we get to 5,000, it will not be possible to befriend us again. In that case, you would only be following us. We are not going to create a second profile for people to befriend us. We're just going to keep one profile. So we'll just let people be following us because we're going to be moving things to our own channels. We told you before that YouTube has been making life difficult for us. We're not hiding this. They make it difficult for us to share our videos. They make it difficult for people to watch our videos. We have a message which we want to share with our people. We want people to know that there is so much trouble in the African nation. How can we build a nation when there's too much trouble? We've been struggling to get this message out, solutions that can really help, to share ideas with the young generation, because as far as we are concerned, the fight to change the African nation to a new country is the task that must be done by young people. People of our generation have failed. All people like us have failed. So it is incumbent upon the youth to take the baton and fight this war of this revolution of change, okay? To change the motherland for the better. So YouTube makes it difficult for us to take our message. They keep saying, oh, your content is too shocking. What is shocking? Literature and life are the same thing, right? Life imitates literature, or literature imitates life. Which one is it? Tell me. So when you say our videos are shocking, it's because you don't really know the reality on the ground. We have people who tell us what is happening in Africa on a daily basis. We watch the news and we see what is happening, and we're not happy. And we know you, our viewers, you are also not very happy. We may smile, we smile because that's the best way to handle trouble. When you have so much trouble, you smile. Smiling becomes a soothing balm. So we've been telling you there's so much trouble in Africa, and we want to do something about it. When YouTube decides not to share our content or to freeze our videos for further inspection, why are you always inspecting our videos? The content is shocking because you do not understand the reality on the ground in Africa. And we don't blame you. YouTube is a very big corporation. We don't have any problem with them making money. But when you make money off the blood of our people, we tell you we don't like it. As a result, we're going to make a big budget of still like $10 million so that we'll start building our own servers. Okay? We've hired programmers who are going to start working on this effort, and we've drawn the blueprint. We've already talked with Amazon. Amazon is going to rent space to us, so we'll start building our own servers, virtual servers, so that when we have content, we just upload it on our own websites, and you can just go straight to the website and get this content. So there will be no need for you to go to YouTube to watch our videos. You just go to our website and watch the content, and the content will be fast because we'll be maintaining our own servers ourselves. We're renting space from Amazon, so nobody will be slowing us. So this problem is just going to go away pretty soon. So mark my words, we're not going to have this problem pretty soon because we're going to solve it. The way we like to deal with problems is to look for solutions. So we're not complaining. They've been doing this for many months now, and we've been looking for different strategies to get the message across to you. And we're just looking at them and laughing that they don't really know that we're really serious about what we want to do. We're serious about the revolution of Africa, and we want to change things. So if they think that we're joking, then they are just dreaming, because we're already ready for action, and things are already on the ground. We have a budget for it. With $10 million, we're going to build all the servers we want. We're going to have a new infrastructure. And this is not only going to benefit us, this infrastructure is going to help all the people of Africa who want to succeed. With this content, you can share your own information. So if you have a show that you want to do, we can host a show for you, and we're not going to censor you. You can say whatever you want, so long as you are responsible for what you say. We're not going to tell you, oh, don't say this, don't say that. No, just make sure that you are accountable to your message. We're going to give room for people to do different things for themselves, which is what we're working on now. And watch out, because in less than a month, we'll roll out all of this stuff. We'll have our programmers who are busy at work designing the infrastructure for us with Amazon, AWS. And so we'll have so many experts on Amazon programming. So they are working on this diligently every day. So when we look at YouTube, we're just saying, well, you think you are holding us down? It's not going to be for long, because we're going to be free pretty soon. We'll have our own media where we can set things up and run our own videos, run our own shows. So we don't need YouTube to provide a system for us. We can provide it for ourselves. So that's why we're telling you that be ready. This revolution is serious. We're not joking. And I know you've been taking our message seriously, because you've been befriending us. Now, we're going to move now to ICC, which is really the topic of our show of today. The ICC stands for the International Criminal Court. When you look at the debate that is raging in the media, different media, social media, press media, newspapers, and all that, people think this is an institution of white people set up to target Africans who are leaders. On the other hand, you have people who are saying that, oh no, this is just the will of justice. The International Criminal Court is set up using the Rome Statute in order to police those leaders who commit genocide, human crimes, okay? So this is the debate that is raging on. We don't want to take sides in the debate. We just want to share the information. Then you make up your mind yourself, because you are not dull, you are intelligent. If we share the information with you, you're going to be able to make up your own mind. You're going to make up your own decision and know what the truth is. So this system was set up. No African leader was forced to become a signatory or a member of this court. All of them voluntarily decided to become signatories to join as part of the international community. No country is an island in the modern world. You've heard about globalization. It means that the whole world is like a globe, and the various countries are part of this globe. So instead of thinking that a small town in Cameroon, say Kembong, is cut off from the rest of the world, no, Kembong is connected. A small town in Nigeria, say a city like Calabar, is no longer just isolated. It is interwoven with other countries in the world. So that's what it is with globalization. No nation is an island upon itself. All the countries of the world work together. They work in tandem, like a well-tuned musical instruments. So when you look at what people are saying about this court, the International Criminal Court, is it really targeting Africans, or is it just trying to administer justice? If there is crime, there must be punishment. So that's why we talk about crime and punishment.
So I can get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy's shape. When I say his services are the best in the states, word is born. He even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing. No waiting, this man is amazing. The Prince.
now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Let's start with Sudan. We've been reporting a whole lot about Sudan lately, and you've watched most of our videos. We've shared a lot of information about Sudan. As we speak, there's a video that is circulating on social media. You see Bashir, Omar al-Bashir. You saw like what he did. He has this room filled with money. In fact, dollar bills. You have a lot of dollar bills. I hear the money is over $130 million, US dollars. While the people are suffering every day, eventually they decided to go to the street in big numbers to protest against this satanic individual. He is living in an oasis of prosperity. He has all the money to spend, and he has foreign currency. So which means foreign exchange is not his problem. Usually the problem most African countries face is foreign exchange. You don't need to know a lot about economics to understand what foreign exchange is. In order for countries to trade with other countries, you have what they call international trade. So they have a system in place. So you need foreign currency to buy goods from another country. So usually what countries do is they try to show up enough currencies of other countries so they can use like barter to trade. That's just the way international trade works. So an individual like Omar al-Bashir, he has so much cash because in the new system, in the new financial system, America is the king. America dominates the financial system since the Bretton Woods Agreement. So you want to have your money in the American currency because it will be easier for you to buy different things in the international market. So the American currency is a currency of choice. It's not the useless stuff Russia has. So most of the countries can make noise, but the American currency remains the currency of choice, just like you talk about a lingua franca. This is what everybody wants. It's the language everybody speaks. If money is a language, then the dollar is that medium, okay, is the code. Everybody wants to have their stuff in US dollars because the US has a stable environment. They say good money attracts, okay? People want to go to where there is good money. When they put their money in the US, the money is safe. You're not going to hear about a dictator. As much as Mr. Trump is crazy, you're not going to see him wake up and take your money. People are there to really make sure that he doesn't do that. Even people who work for him, they will disobey those rules if they think that they violate the law of the land. Conversely, we have countries in Africa where there's no rule of law. So people will bring this money to the US because there's the rule of law. And if you look, even with the international criminal system, the US has really played a major part in the establishment of this international system, including even the International Criminal Court. When you look at international systems, let's go back to even the period of the Second World War, the Nuremburg Trials. This trial was organized as an international medium to try people for war crimes. So that's the same thing that the ICC is doing today. And when we look at a guy like Omar al-Bashir, he is probably the next person who has to go to this court because for so many months, the people of Sudan have been protesting against him. For those who don't know, Omar Bashir has really been a terrible guy. On some of our shows, we've really taken you back to the history of the Sudan, the way the country was created. Then even when he seized power in a coup d'etat. But this individual has been responsible for a genocide. When we talk about the war in Darfur, the Janjaweed, going around killing African people, the guy who was orchestrating this murder is Omar al-Bashir. So today, as we say, justice, there's always the law of karma, the law of karmic justice. When you believe in a country set up by God, the world is like God's country. But there's what we call karmic justice, the law of karma, the law of cosmic compensation. The cosmos always handles people like this because the cosmos is just like a clock, God's clock. God has created nature and he has embedded all his rules in nature. So everything works like a clock. When you obey the laws of God, good things happen to you. When you disobey the laws of God, bad things happen to you. So who would believe that somebody like Omar Bashir will be sitting in a prison cell getting a cell. You have a lot of barbers, fellow prisoners getting a cell. But that's the reality. As we say, no condition is permanent in this world. God is great, but human beings are little. Sometimes human beings deceive themselves. They want to behave as if they are kings, but they are just little puppets, marionettes. God can play with them and toy away with them and kick them out whenever he wants. When the people have been crying for long, eventually God just decided that, oh, Sudanese people, you've suffered so much. We wanted this Bashir guy to come to the International Criminal Court, but countries have been protecting him. One, he went to Jordan, and he was supposed to be extradited to the Netherlands, but Jordan did not follow up with the requirements of international law. Similarly, he went to South Africa. South Africa was supposed to arrest him and turn him over to the International Criminal Court. They did not do that. So now is the best time that the people would be able to send this individual to the ICC to face charges for his war crimes. He has killed a lot of people, and the people are really ready. When you look at videos, you look at like videos of the guy with a lot of money. We're going to show you the video so you can watch this video. People were just counting this money. When you look at this money and you see the suffering of the Sudanese people, what do you really think? That's a question we want you to ask yourself and think about it. So don't say we're giving you shocking content. Our content is shocking because we're dealing with an African nation where every day there are problems. There's so much trouble in the African nation. So we're really highlighting some of these issues for you so you can see them clearly. When we do this, you say our content is shocking. YouTube, get lost, okay? You're just wasting your time. We're going to beat you to the game. And we promise you that you will see what we'll do. We'll have our own channel and we'll move this news everywhere in the world. So you look at what is happening in Sudan. It's not good. Look at the pictures of so much money, okay? Then you know why we're telling you that this guy has to face trial. So we don't need to keep talking about him again. So from Sudan, we'll move now to Cameroon.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
La République du Cameroon. We've been covering Cameroon continually on our show because we realize that this is the next place where God has to visit. God is visiting the continent. As we are praying, God is visiting the African continent. We pray every day and ask him to interfere in what is happening, to intervene and rescue his people. His people need to be free. In Cameroon, we have another example where we have a dictator who has been in power for so long and never wants to leave. He wants to die there. Interestingly, as we've told you on many of our shows, you can go back and watch our videos. This individual came to power. He got into the presidency in 1962, and he has never left. 1962. He has never left. He's still there. Today is what? 2019. Just count the years for yourself. Has this individual not had enough? Okay, the individual is just power drunk. And who is this individual? His name is called Paul Biya. So far, so many things are happening. The wheel of justice is turning. It's turning slowly. Tibor Nagy, the U.S. Undersecretary for Africa, had met this individual and proposed changes, but this individual is not listening. So what the U.S. did was they tried to sanction him with some of his top guys in his government. They reduced the military aid they were giving him because they've told him to reduce the militarization in the northwest and southwest regions. But this individual is just like a drunk. He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to the voice of reason. Yeah, he has lost his mind. So when we look at him, he's just like somebody on medication. So he needs help. If they don't give him help, he will just keep killing people in the Northwest continuously. As we speak to you, people are dying now on both sides. The soldiers who were thinking that they are very invincible, suddenly most of them are losing their lives, and we don't like to be showing you these images because it hurts. Every soldier who dies comes from a family, and we feel sorry for these families. We don't condone violence. What we're saying is peace needs to come to Cameroon. But Mr. Paul Biya is a very tough murderer who doesn't want to listen to the voice of the people. The people want peace. Women have been crying every day. If you watch the videos in Cameroon, the women are crying for peace to return to their country. Why is it that an old man of Mr. Paul Biya's caliber cannot sue for peace? Why must a revolution continue going on in this country? All the fighting, the people are tired of the fighting. Why can this individual not think about his people? It's because he loves blood, and he loves seeing blood every day. The people are dying. The people who are dying are not his children. So as we see, the European Parliament a few days ago also passed a motion, okay, of disgrace against Mr. Paul Biya and his government. So two of those parliamentarians came up trying to talk to support Mr. Biya, but they're just selling after the market because the time for Mr. Biya is over. Okay? The international community has had enough of this individual with his tricks. Now is the time, as we see it, he may be thinking that he's safe, but we know that the international community is planning something big for him. Muammar Gaddafi of Libya thought he was invisible until the bomb started falling. He thought he was safe until the bomb started falling. Recently, we saw pictures of his son. Libya is a mess today, and we saw pictures of his son, Saif al-Islam. He wants to return to power like his father. But already, there's a new Libya. We have Khalifa Jafar, who is now the strong man. A lot of the people are backing him. Even France, who kicked out Gaddafi, is behind this individual. Interestingly, the US is not even backing the UN candidate, Siraj. So it looks like Mr. Khalifa will take over the whole of Libya soon because he's already mounting his forces to descend on Tripoli and the other big places in Libya. So when we look at this, what about the ICC and Saif al-Islam? When is he going to go to the International Criminal Court? Now we hear, instead of being a fugitive, he's a presidential candidate in the new election in Libya. Things are not going to go that easy in Libya because there's so much oil. It looks like there's a curse of oil. Saif al-Islam is running for office too, but we don't think he will really have that opportunity because Khalifa Jafar is the guy who may be able to take over the country because he has the military might, and all the big powers are supporting him. What do the big powers want? Libya's oil, of course. What do you think? You are a child if you don't know what they want. Now, what they want is Libya's oil. Oil, 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 oil. That's what they want. So when you sit there and you don't know that this is why they are orchestrating all these wars so that they can have the opportunity to steal Libya's oil. But who is suffering? The Libyan people, of course. They're the ones who are suffering. So when we look at Libya, we ask ourselves, when are these guys going to take Saif al-Islam to the International Criminal Court? Or they think he's less dangerous. They don't want him to account for his crime. That's what happens. Same thing, they let Yahya Jammeh of Gambia off the hook. So they keep letting some of these guys off the hook. So this emboldens dictators like Mr. Biya to stay in power and keep committing crimes. But we're saying that the days are numbered because the European Parliament has come up with some of these strategies, and we feel sorry for this individual because things are getting rough. Yeah, the heat, there's a lot of heat in the kitchen, Mr. Biya. There's a lot of heat in the kitchen. So if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen because it's going to get hotter. It's going to get hot. Okay? It's going to get hot because now the people are really bent on you. So that's the message, Mr. Biya. You need to leave that place because if not, you saw what happened to Mobutu. They almost picked him up because he was wasting too much time. So that's what will happen to Mr. Biya because the same thing that happened in Sudan, we think is going to happen in Cameroon. There's going to be a mutiny in the army, and the Bulu guys may be able to put Mr. Biya under house arrest because it looks like the guy has lost his mind and he cannot really rule. He cannot really rule anymore. They have to really put him under house arrest so that the Cameroonian people can be free. So that's the way the international community is trying to dribble this individual out of power. Because the guy doesn't want to leave. It's just like a game of football. They have to dribble him, then eventually they will score and get him out. So people who are supporting Mr. Biya, like we see Atanganji making noise all over the place, he better stop his noise because he's a big target. The Cameroonian community in the whole world is targeting him because he has caused so much pain and suffering to Cameroonians. And they really want him to pay for these pains. And he's enriching himself, making money all over the place. So he's a target. Mr. Paul Atanganji is a target. The international community is watching him because he's the main actor. They see him every day running his mouth, making noise all over the place. But soon, when he's in jail, we'll see how he's going to make that noise. Because Kondengi is reserved for those two guys because they are the ones who are really messing things up. So you see now that what has happened in Sudan, Cameroon is next. Cameroon is next. So those who are not listening, please listen to us today. It has happened in Nigeria, so it is not only limited to Arab countries. The next place that God is going to visit is Cameroon. And we see the wind really blowing really hard. If you cannot see it, then you are blind. The wind is blowing hard, and Cameroon is the next place that God wants to visit and bring about regime change. So we thank you very much for watching our show of today. We've tried to highlight some of the things that are happening in most of these countries. We've touched all of this. We've left Ivory Coast because the conflict there ended. And of course, Laurent Gbagbo is now going to be a free man. But when you look at the politics there too, they insert us into the same debate. Is the International Criminal Court an institution of racism, or is it the will of justice? The arrest of Gbagbo also orchestrated a whole lot of debate. When you watch the guy on television, or you read the arguments of his lawyers and the books they have written around this, Gbagbo is saying he's innocent, he was just targeted. But he's a very controversial figure because when you look at what happened in the Ivory Coast, there's a debate. You have people who like Mr. Gbagbo, and you have people who don't like him, okay? You have people who like Mr. Alassane Ouattara, and people who support Gbagbo. So there's that same debate raging on. Is he a victim of racism, or this is just justice following its course? So we leave this for you to debate, and we know that you are intelligent enough to know what's going on. So you follow up and tell us. This is a debate that is raging on. Is an ICC the will of justice, or is it an institution of racism? So that's the debate. Tell us what you think. Thank you very much. And we're asking you, go to YouTube and start subscribing to our channel. Go to YouTube and start subscribing to our channel. Thank you very much.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.